Hello my Shopify users, in this video I am going to show you how you can make some customizations to the home page of Dawn theme. When I say customizations, I am not talking about moving this section, hiding one section, things like that. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube that cover those type of topics, but I am going to really customize some of the sections here by writing some CSS. So first thing, if you're looking at this theme, you haven't done any changes to it. I haven't done anything, it's just the default. Of course I have a logo up and these banners and stuff, but styling wise it's the default styling. So right away what I notice is the top nav, I think it can use some help. So I am going to make some customizations to this nav here, and then there's a few sections here I don't like the coloring and the sizing. We'll modify that, and at the end we will make some changes to add some animations to this page. Alright, so let's do this. What you are going to do is go in here in actions, click on edit code. On the left hand side it's going to open all the files related to the theme, and in here you will scroll all the way down to a section called assets, and in here you will see all these bunch of CSS files. We are going to add a new asset, create a blank file, and this extension is already here, so you are going to just name it. I'm going to name it as custom. If you want it to be something different you could do that, as long as you remember the name for future reference anytime you need to come back to it. So add asset, and now scroll all the way up to this theme.liquid file. This is one of the main files for the theme. In here look for base.css, and this area here, copy and paste it right under, and then change this to the file you just created. Now this way what happens is when we write some code in this file, it is going to overwrite some of the code that is in this CSS file. That's how CSS works. You have to sometimes overwrite what's there. So this way, any point in future, if you need to remove this custom code that you added, it's very easy to remove, and your base CSS is still intact. So now let's go back to our custom CSS file. One thing very important, when you modify a file, click this save up here. If you haven't saved, you will see this purple dot up here. So save, go down to our custom CSS right here. Alright, so first we will start with some changes for the menu here. So I'm going to write some CSS. So here we go guys, this is the finished CSS for some customizations to the menu. And what the menu looks like now, if you hover over, you see this cool underline animated. That looks pretty cool to me. Next I will also like to increase the size of this nav a little. So what I will do is go back in the code here, and then it's this clause, and then you add link and save, And now if I refresh, those changes that I wrote in here, same, they've been applied. Nice. Next we will move on to the sections below. So what I wanted to do was one thing. Again, I like the size of this, but this being the main focus area here, I want this to be slightly bigger. This text here, it will depend on the image. For you, if this sticks out, is fine. For me, it is not doing it. So I am going to make some changes to these two first. Let's add a section down here. This is much bigger than before. This area is also bigger, and I changed the color so it's more brighter now. Next, I would like to change the text. This here seems to me pretty small, so let's do that. And here we go. This text is much bigger, and it only took just this style here. Next, moving on, if you look down here, these names here for your products, they seem really small to me, so I am going to make this bigger too. And here we are. These to me look good now. Alright, and now one thing I'm gonna do is this. I don't like the default white color with the white. I am going to change this color, but this is very simple. We are going to just do it from within Shopify, go customize, go to your footer area, and right here this color scheme. Let's try a different one. I know there's a black one in here. There you go. You could try it others too if something matches what you like. I mean, there's a way of just writing CSS to whatever you want, but there might be something in here that you like. I like black. Save this, go back, and there it is. So this is looking good. Alright, so if you're still with me, let's do something a bit more exciting. So I am going to implement some animations here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this library. It is animate on scroll, so you can check out what kind of animations it has. So I'm gonna quickly get to the implementation, how to add this library and add animations to our site. Go to actions, back to edit code. We will go to theme.liquid file, and what we are going to do is right before this slash head, the end closing head tag, I'll add this line of code. And then move all the way down to this slash body, the closing body tag, and in here going to add this code. Now where I got this code from, you can check out that library on this all the way down. It has instructions for how you can install the code. So back to here, very important step, save. And now this library should be available to us so we can add animations. So what I would like to do is different sections here, this text, this section, just do some transitions. And starting with this section, we will go to in here, go to sections, go to image banner. Now I have one image on that banner. You have the option to show two. So for you, if you have two, you probably will have to do it on a different div. I am just going to show you guys the instructions if you have just one banner. So around line 83, right before this class, add this. Now this is where I got this from. Back again on this page, where you see these animations, it tells you how you get those animations. You have to add this data-AOS attribute. So I am going to apply that in here, zoom in, save. Let's check out the page. Look at that. Again. Nice. Okay. Move to the next section. This section here. This is, I believe it's called rich text. Rich text. So you're going to go in there, and for this one I am going to around line 23 right here. I'm going to add fade down. Save. Back here. So that we know. As you scroll down, look at that, this slides down again. If you were here already, because the library is animation on scroll. When you load the page first time, you're gonna see the animation. After that, the rest will show on scroll. So right there, it comes down. Alright, next, this area, and this one is featured collection. So in here I am going to apply this zoom in and up animation, and I I'm going to put that around this div, line 34. Again, if you have modified your pages or something, for your line might be different, so most important thing is look for the right div with the look at the classes and stuff, and save. Reload our page. This animation came in, this comes in, and you can see this kind of pops up right there. From the top, like this. Nice. Alright, so next I will apply something here to this footer area, and for that I'm going to just have this text zoom in. So if we will go back to in here in the sections, look for footer right here, and then around line 41 right here, add this, save. Let's check out the site again, reload. You saw this coming in, next this, and here you can see the text coming in right there. Awesome. And just like that, we have all these animations. And let's review what we were able to achieve. We made the size bigger on the nav. We applied this animation here. We changed the size on this. We changed the color and size on this. We changed the sizes on this heading here, this, and then we applied some animations. So if you are still with me, I wanted to give you some troubleshooting tips and precautions you can take while you're writing this code. So for a lot of you, I don't expect you to write all this code, so I am going to at least this CSS. I will post this in the description. As for applying the other animations, you can follow that just from the video and the library here that I shared. So what I wanted to say was, when you are modifying this, just be cautious. Of course, we can always remove that file. That's why we created a separate file. And also, it's not like you're working on the live site. You'll be working on this like a preview, and what you need to be cautious of is like you miss a little semicolon here, you miss a little opening, closing parentheses, just a little change like that, and changes will not take effect. So that's one thing. Also, as you are modifying files, you see it opens these tabs. So if you are modifying something and you don't save it, you see there's this bluish purple dot up here. So if you haven't saved it, it's not going to take effect. So make sure to keep an eye on this. You see something is not taking effect, look if you have saved everything. And that's pretty much it. If you like this type of content, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will keep on posting content like this. Thank you and have a good day.